Vasilit Krishna. Pujabhat the Bhakti Lakshakshidati Goswami Maharaj. He speaks about the Samadhi phantom. If you approach the treasure from the north, did we read this? Somebody was looking this book. Yes. Sorry. This is the new topic. Saints, scriptures, and gurus. The purpose of pilgrimage is to hear from the saintly persons, residing in a holy place. The following is a conversation between Srila Maharaj and 3 European students searching India for truth. Maharaj says, why have you come to India? The student says, for pilgrimage. We came to visit the holy places like Navadvip, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri. That was the main reason we come to India. Maharaj says, how have you come to know all these things? By books? Student, yes, by the books of Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti, Vedanta Swami. Maharaj, what book? The students, Bhagavad Gita. Oh, the Bhagavad Gita, as it is by Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. The student, yes. And Srila Maharaj speaks. Many years ago, a German scholar expressed his opinion that Bhagavad Gita is the highest spiritual literature. His point was that Bhagavad Gita clearly advises us not to try to correct our environment, but to correct ourselves, to adjust with the environment. That is the key to the advice of Bhagavad Gita. Cure thyself. As we spoke all the times, when something bad happens, or good happens, when something good happens, of course, then I am the source, because I am. Something bad happens, then immediately we are pointing on others. The key to the advice of Prabhupada, cure thyself. It means you have to work on yourself. You should not try to correct the environment. We cannot change. That is the key to the advice of Bhagavad Gita. We have no power to bring about change in the environment. That is arranged by the divine will. Our environment, the sum total of all the forces acting outside us, is irremovable. We have no ability to interfere with our environment. That will only be a useless loss of energy. Rather, we must try to correct ourselves so that we can adjust with the circumstances outside us. This is the key to our success in life. Tate nukambam sushamami kshamano. We have our duty to perform, but we must not aspire after the results of our activities. The results depend on Krishna. Karmani evadikaras tamab bhaleshu karajana. We make our contribution at the same time thousands of millions of others are contributing, creating the environment. So we must do our duty. But we will have to accept the ultimate result as best. Because it is arranged by the Absolute. There are so many results to our individual activities. But we must see how the Absolute will harmonize everything and adjust ourselves accordingly. So we must see how the Absolute will harmonize everything and adjust ourselves accordingly. This is our disease in this world. We are very impatient. We think we can change, we can mix, we can do. But we must see how the Absolute will harmonize everything. If we are not acting according to the external plane, then that means surrender. We have faith that He will arrange everything as it is. And adjust ourselves accordingly. We must adjust ourselves and tolerate bad and good, whatever may come. So our responsibility lies only in discharging our duty. We must never aspire after any definite environment. The environment will go on in its own way. We have no power to change it. Rather, we must try our best to change our own self so that we may come in harmony with the environment. Our responsibility is never in enjoying the results of our actions, because we work for a particular result and don't obtain it. So we should be discouraged. No, we should go on doing our own duty. According to our karma, we should do our duty. Whatever we contribute should be offered to the Infinite. And the Infinite will mold the result in His own way. Krishna says, never aspire after any particular result for your action. At the same time, don't be idle. Don't be worthless. Go on discharging your duty without depending on any outside consequence. And the student asks, will we have to remember Krishna while we are doing this? Maharaj says, yes. Then we will be able to come in connection with Krishna. And gradually we will come to realize that our environment is friendly to us. When the reaction of our previous action disappears, we will find that every wave is carrying good news to us. When our egoistic attitude vanishes, we will find ourselves in the midst of sweet waves all around. We should try to do that, to do away with whatever wrong we have done hitherto. We must do our duty and never expect any definite result, but cast it towards the infinite. Anybody can follow? It's complete our way to see things, usually for materialistic people. Nobody does something, performs his duty, to renounce it, or do not enjoy the fruits of his duties. Never expect any definite result, but cast it towards the infinite. Always depend. Bad times, good times may come. And by practicing, we will enter the ocean of sweetness and eternal. And we will understand the Absolute. And then one day will come when our egoistic feeling will dissolve from within. So, beginning out externally, we try to renounce something. This is beginning sadhana. By doing artificially. But this is very difficult. It is very, it must be performed with the attitude. And one day will come when our egoistic feeling will dissolve from within. Our real self, a member of the infinite world, will spring up and awaken. So when we go on, then our real self, our eternal position, our eternal body, and we will find ourselves in the sweet waves of that environment. There everything is sweet. The breeze is sweet, the water is sweet, the trees are sweet. Whatever we come in contact is sweet, sweet, sweet. Our internal ego is our enemy. And to dissolve that ego, we must do our duty as we think fit. But never expect any response according to our will. If we adopt this karma yoga, then in no time we will find that the wrong ego, which was always expecting something crooked for its selfish purpose, has vanished. The broad, wide ego within has come out, and we are in harmony with the whole universe. The harmonious world will appear before us, and the cover of selfish desire will disappear. Naturally, this will have. It's not artificial. We will have no taste for enjoying in this material, trying to enjoy in this material world. It is not easy. The process, surrender, is necessary. Or as he says many times, try to leave this old understanding. I am a member of this material world and I have to enjoy up to the enjoy, it is only here for my enjoyment. And I have to just act accordingly, then I will get everything. This has to die, this mentality. Because otherwise we'll never come out from the circle of death, birth, disease, old age. The cause of our disease is not outside us, but within us. This we have to understand very clearly. Everything not working, don't look outside. It is in me. I'm getting only what I deserve according to my past activities. Paramahamsa Vaishnava, a saint of the highest platform, sees that everything is all right. He finds nothing to complain about. When one can see that everything is good and sweet to the furthest extreme, he comes to live in a plane of divinity. So our false ego creates only disturbance, and that ego should be dissolved. We should not think that the environment is our enemy. We must try hard to detect God's grace in whatever comes to us, even if it comes as an apparent enemy. So devotees face sometimes many difficulties. Nowadays we have experience. But we should not think if one is real sincere. It is the grace of the Lord. Because we do not accept, we do not understand. We are not getting realization about this material world, what is it, how it works. So we must try hard to detect God's grace in whatever comes to us, even it comes as an apparent enemy. Everything is the grace of the Lord, but we can't see it. Rather we see the opposite. The dirt is in our eyes. So the dirt or what is not fitting according to my taste. It is not the external. It is in my eyes, how I see it. If I connect everything with Supreme, He is the controller, the doer, then everything will be harmonized, everything we will understand, we will attain the divine plane. Actually, everything is divine. It is all the grace of the Lord. The disease is in our eyes. We are diseased, and if the disease is cured, we will find that we are in the midst of a gracious world. Only the coverings of desire deceive us from having a real estimation of the world. A bona fide student of the devotional school will accept such an attitude towards the environment and towards the Lord. We have to think that God's will is everywhere. Even a blade of grass cannot move without the sanction of the Supreme Authority. Every detail is detected and controlled by Him. We have to look upon the environment with optimism. The pessimism is within us. Our ego is responsible for all sorts of evil. This is Vaishnavism. If we can do this, then in no time our disease will be cured. We will be in the midst of infinite blissfulness. Our tendency at present is to cure what we see on the outside. We think, I want everything to follow my control, my sweet will. I want everything to follow my control, my sweet will. When everything obeys me, then I will be happy. This is the attitude materialists have. But we must take just the opposite attitude. As Mahaprabhu said, Trinada Visunijina, Tarura Visahistana, Manina Maradena, Kirtaniya Sudahari. We should create no resistance against our environment. Still, if some undesirable things come towards us, we should tolerate that with our utmost patience. And even if someone attacks us, we won't become violent. We must practice forbearance to the extreme. We shall honor everyone. We will seek no honor. In this way, with the least amount of energy and time, we can attain the highest goal, the plane where Krishna himself is living. That is the most fundamental plane of existence. At that time, all the enchantments covering the soul will vanish and die to live. And the inner soul will awaken and find that he is playing in a sweet wave, dancing, merrymaking in Vrindavan with Krishna and his devotees. And what is Vrindavan? It is neither a fable nor a concocted story. The broadcast and widest plane of the whole universe is beauty, sweetness and blissfulness. That is present in Vrindavan in all its fullness. We have to dive deep into that plane of reality. Our ego has floated us on the surface of trouble, in Maya, illusion, concoction, and the search for selfish satisfaction have taken us here. This must be dissolved once and for all. And then from within, our golden selves will come out. We'll find that we are in the plane of a happy dancing mood with Krishna and Vrindavan. There's any comments on, or question on this? I don't know, nobody dares to ask. Look at the video. Oh, nobody has heard what I said. Or what Srila Maharaj said. Oh, we're afraid of getting defeated. Then our air castle is falling apart. It's breaking. In Hegelian language, means Hegel, the German philosopher. This is called self-determination. Self-determination means we must die to live. This is coming from him. Srila Maharaj took this expression. We must leave our material life and all our material habits. We have to die as we are if we want to have a real life. We must give up our false ego. Our material habits from different births are collected in the ego, in subtle forms, not only from the experience of human birth, but even from animal births, tree births, and so many other births. Krishna consciousness means the wholesale dissolution of the false ego, That concocted selfish feature within us is our enemy. The real self is hopelessly buried beneath the false ego. So great is the depth of our forgetfulness that we do not even know who we are. So as the German philosopher Hegel said, we have to die to live. So all this false ego has to be destroyed, has to die, if you want to live, if you really want to live our self. So reality is for itself and by itself. The world is not created for our selfish end. It has a universal end, and we are part and parcel of that. We must come to an understanding with the whole. The complete whole is Krishna, and he is dancing, playing and singing in his own way. We must enter into that harmonious dance. This is our very limited vision we have here in this material world. Whatever we experience, it is just an insignificant nothing in the whole of the universe. This is only one universe we are living. There are millions and billions of universes. And we are thinking ourselves that we are great or we have understood anything. But we are only conscious how big is our universe. Our family, our planet maximum here. This is what is planet Earth in this universe? Insignificant, in one sense, from the material point. But we think we are the center of the universe. We have understood. We know what is right and what is wrong. This is the illusion. This is ahankara, identifying ourselves with temporary things, body, family, country, planet Earth. Now we try to even conquer other planets. What an illusion. The moon planet, Chandra is the lord of the... But they say they have been there on the moon. They find only stones and sand. Nothing, no kingdom. But in reality it is a wonderful planet, a heavenly planet. Chandra is demigod. And very much influence on the planet Earth even he has. But our understanding is so primitive, so naive, that we think we find a bunch of stones and took it from there, bring it here. It is all illusion, all ignorance. So we must enter into the harmonious dance of Lord Krishna, dancing and playing. This is the world where Lord eternally resides. Being infinitesimal, should we think that the infinite must be controlled by us? It's a question. He says that by our whim everything will go on. This is some living in this illusion. Would we think that the infinite must be controlled by us? There's a saying, God created God. The man created God. In communism, it was like this thinking. So, because some poor people who are not intelligent, they need someone to look up. So they must be controlled by us, that by our whim everything will go on. And they think, no, by my will everything will go on. You'll find now in the whole planet this kind of leaders. They think they can influence, they can create, they can conquer every other land. Just we are the doers. We are. This is pure atheism. And what they create wars. They kill each other. So this is the material world, not understanding. This is the most crooked, heinous object ever conceived, and we are suffering from such a disease. This is the real problem in society. Our inquiry should be aimed at solving this. The student asked one question, it's just a little more. You be patient. There's so many hearing, maybe unseen to us. We are just insignificant in the whole thing. Student asked, does this mean we have to give up material life completely? For Western, this, they cannot even imagine. Maharaj says, not at once, he said. Everyone must progress gradually, according to his own particular case. If one who has much affinity towards worldly life suddenly leaves that, he may not keep up his vows. He may go down again. So according to personal capacity, we must make gradual progress. That is to be taken into consideration. But still we should always be eager to give up everything and the devotee ourselves exclusively to their highest duty. Those who have enough courage will jump into the unknown, thinking, Krishna will protect me. I am jumping in the name of God. He is everywhere. He will take me on his lap. With this idea, one has real eagerness for the truth, may leap forward. And the student asks, I have a problem. For 10 years I have tried to take up this process. For 10 years. I have kept from eating meat, fish and eggs. I avoid material things. I have no attraction for them. I have left all this behind, but there is one thing. I want to give up, and also I don't want to give up. This is kanja. Just give it up everything except kanja. Everybody knows what is. Huh? Gold? Yeah. What do you say? No. It's not money. It costs money maybe. You have to smoke it. Not ganja. Tea. Maharaj, he says on these things, that is a small thing. There are three real difficulties. The first is women to give up. The second is money. And the third, good name and fame. These three are our enemies. Marijuana or ganja, intoxication, is a small thing. Anyone can give up easily. But these three things are the fundamental aspiration of every animal, tree, bird, man, or God. Demigod. These three are everywhere. But intoxication and other fleeting habits are very negligible things and can be conquered very easily. As we have gradually come into the habit of intoxication, we have to come out gradually and not suddenly. Just after World War II, we read in the newspapers that Goering, you know, this was one of the leaders of the Second World War. Hitler's air general, yeah, was habituated to taking much intoxication. But when he was put into jail, no intoxication was supplied to him. He became sick, but treatment went on and he was cured. His disease was cured by the medicine. We also have seen so many opium eaters who came here, joined the temple, and gradually left their habit. So many so-called sadhus smoke marijuana. You will find in everywhere. You know, yogis in the Himalayas, they smoke, but they are taking this not because they want to enjoy or whatever, make subtle trips, because this is marijuana is used as medicine. They can meditate in the cold, and marijuana is protecting them. There are many, they do it for this purpose. They are even not reacting like Westerners, because many of them are not on the mental plane. They are higher levels. When I came first to India, I had also these things. I gave it to this sadhu. The one, a French boy came. He brought a piece like this big from Nepal. And he asked the sadhu, he should make a chilom, should make a for smoking. And he thought he takes just a bit, you know, a small bit, he put the whole thing in. And the French boy was 3 days, he was like that, laying on the beach. But you could not see any reaction on this yogi. He was not affected. I also, after the second day, I did not know where my room was, So I asked him to bring me there. And he showed me and put me before the door. Otherwise I would never have found it. And all the sadhus who saw us, they pointing at us and laughing like this. Yeah, but this is a thing you can give up easily. Even nowadays in Mayapur and Vrindavan, whenever you find sadhus who are taking this, but not for enjoying we are taking as a kind of medicine. It helps concentration, but it is the material mind. It is the material mind. So those who are beyond the material plane, they are not affected by this mental, what is going on. It can lead you to the subtle plane and you can understand. But they are not affected because they are beyond the subtle plane. It disturbs faith. It is an enemy to faith. No material intoxication, but only faith can take us to our desired goal. So this is the very important point. Once also in America, Bhakti Swami was beginning. They offered him some LSD, you know, these things in my youth day. Then they told him, I have something, then you will go high. He said, but Swami Maharaj answered, I give you something. I give you Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You are high for 24 hours, but Hare Krishna Mantra, you are high forever. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the trunk of the Vaishnava. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The misguided souls think that marijuana, hashish and so many other things can help us in our meditation. It may do something, but that is mundane and that will frustrate us in our time of need. These things cannot help us rise up very high. So, there's a short sloka. Srimad Bhagavan advises that these 5 things should be rejected. Dutyam, gambling or diplomacy, panam, intoxication, including tea, coffee, battle, everything else. Striya, unlawfully. Illegal women, love, Srila, butchering, and the transaction of gold. Trade in gold makes one very apathetic towards progress in the line of faith. These 5 are very tempting. Or to speak of mania, the intoxication will help us in our meditation upon the transcendental. Devashinara says, Yamadipi yoga badhai kama lobha hato muhu. Even what we acquire by meditation is temporary. There is no permanent effect. Only real faith in the line of pure devotion can help us. So we may stop here. So is there no question? I have one question. Have anybody understood what I spoke? What we heard? Srila Maharaj. Also no. Radhe, Radhe. My God, we are so fortunate. That was this arrangement of Lord that we are able to hear about the divine, highest divine plane. It is not everywhere you can hear these things. These are all spoken by realized souls, by eternal liberated souls. So it is not easy to accept everything. But by realization, step by step, if we develop faith, we will understand one day. And we will not have to die. We will not be afraid of this material plane where we are living. This is a nightmare, what we are experiencing here. I would say this is heaven. Some try to squeeze out the last enjoyment, like the pigs in Vrindavan or in the past. I don't know nowadays. So much they were enjoying the stool of the others, of the human. They become very aggressive if you come near them. They thought we are taking them away. They were satisfied, very happy with this. We are like happy in this material world with a stool. We do not know what really tasty. Rasgulla, samosa. There's so many beautiful, nice things, but we have no taste. We're eating dead bodies. Our taste is perverted. We have no higher taste. We do not understand. Jai Srila Srila Bhakti Srila Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanand.